Hi. It's cold out here today. I have to just go ahead and admit that it's cold. So we're gonna do some chill stuff, but we'll probably stay on our feet for a while because I don't want to shiver too much here. All right. So let's get started. Go ahead and stand roughly shoulder width, but just feel comfortable. Maybe it's hip width, whatever you got, whatever your kind of normal, regular, habitual style standing is. If one foot, as in the case with me, tends to turn out a little bit, let it turn out. It's all fine, right? So when I'm finding it, maybe just take a couple jumps, right? And then land and go, okay, that's your stance, right? Good. So now, like this, let's just do a little bit of rocking to the left and to the right. So we're going to go over to one side and over to the other side slowly. And there's a couple ways of doing this. You could go hips, right? I'm just going to do that. But we want to more or less move the whole skeleton, right? And speaking of your skeleton, what I want you to tune into is that nice, strong scaffolding that's created by your bones, right? Muscles are, of course, important, right? But for now and for much of today, I want us to focus more on sort of stripping away the sensations that come from the muscles and come into feeling the bones. All right, good. Now, go ahead and now we're going to shift on the other axis, forward and back, toward the toes, and then toward the heels, alternating between those two. Toward the toes, toward the heels. As you do this, breathe, right? Sometimes, particularly when you go toward the heels, you go, hey, oh, I'm going to fall over, right? See if you can just drop the breath and allow yourself to feel safe, both forward and back. Nice, good. So we got those two planes of different planes of movement, frontal plane, forward, back, sagittal plane, frontal plane, left and right, sagittal plane, forward, back. Now let's do a little transverse plane and rotate, take the weight all the way around. Now, again, the temptation is going to be to move the hips around, which is fine, but see if you can move the whole upper body as well. So we're practicing our kind of person in a windstorm kind of movement here. Taking it around to the outsides of the feet, to the balls of the feet, to the outside, to the heels, and just feel that circle all the way around. Feel that actually the edges of the feet form this circle that makes this fairly manageable. Let's go the other direction when you're ready, right? And by the way, you can change directions when you want to, right? You don't have to stay in the same direction. Right, good. Now just come back to something resembling a normal stance and just feel again the skeleton, right? Feel how that is starting to emerge into relief, right? That as the primary sensation, right? The bones, that which is holding, right? Okay, nice, good. Let's do this. Take your one foot, and cross it in front of your other foot. So now we have this, and see if you can fall into that fairly easily, right? So come back to your regular stance, and then again cross over. One more time, regular stance, and then cross over. And again, see if even though you're in this unusual setup, you can find a kind of ease in it, right? So that we don't have to be like this. You can feel that your feet can support you easily, even in this crossed over position. So now, just like you were doing with the frontal plane version before, let's shift weight onto the front foot and then onto the back foot. And as you do that, allow the knees to soften a little bit, right? They don't have to be locked out, but they can be straight, whatever you need to do to make this movement feel smooth and easy, right? So for some people, your feet might want to be further apart. For some people, almost touching or even touching, and that's fine. Now, see, as you make this shift, Is it best to have the hips follow a line? Just go directly left to right, just like I did when you were standing uncrossed? Or is it better to have the hips create a kind of maybe L shape or V shape? Figure it out for yourself. What's the easiest way of making that transition one foot to the other? And again, see if you can do this with maximal ease. Drop the breath, drop the arms, drop the shoulders. Let your breath come in and out easily. Here comes the sun. That's really nice. All right, good. And then uncross. Good. So now feel your weight on the floor like this. Maybe again, do a little weight shift, left and right. Just feel there's something coming into relief here, right? Something like greater clarity about where your center of gravity is relative to your base of support, right? Something about that. So let's go the other way. So cross whatever direction you went before, go the other way this time. And again, your feet can be touching. They can be farther apart. So uncross for a moment. And then repeat crossover. Cross and just look around for the placement of that crossing foot that feels best for you. And it's probably going to be different than it was in the other side. Once you've found it or found some approximation of it, begin again that weight shift from left foot to right foot, front foot to back foot. And see if you can find the optimal's not a great word, just the version of the weight shift, the direction that your center of gravity and pelvis takes that feels the best. Say for me, let's see if I can shift my weight. I can't seem to find the inside edge of my back foot. Somehow I'm shying away from that. So I'm going to see if I can find that. So my weight is fully on that front foot and then fully back foot. Good. So again, let's come back to our regular stance. Just feel that nice weight on the floor. Now, if you're like me, again, you have more clarity, right? More awareness. Find your weight shift left. And again, if you're like me, you got a little more sense of where your center of gravity is, and how everything's kind of distilling nicely down. The tension in the muscles is kind of reduced. All right, good. So before we come down, hopefully that sun will come up and warm me up a little bit. But let's go kind of wide stance here. And we'll do just a little bit of now movement through the hips. Right? So bring with you that sense of simplicity and ease that you found in that little kind of warm-up drill that we did at the beginning. And see if, again, you can distill this movement down to its simplest elements, aware of the femurs coming up, the pelvis, the spine, right? Let's go the other direction. Nice. Now, as you shift your hips around, how much awareness do you have of what is going on in the spine? Can you feel the lower back specifically moving, rotating slightly, bending to the side, flexing and extending? And then how does that play out? Reverse directions when you are so inclined. How does that play out in the thorax, this whole area? Can that area also start to be settled as we take it around? Good. Bring it into a standard stance. Let's do a little thing that directly addresses kind of the rib cage. Take one hand. We did this earlier in the week. One hand above the other hand, right? Palms touching. Look at the back of that top hand and take it around, looking at the hand. Now, don't get into anything too stretchy, right? We're taking these arms up and back. Let the elbows be bent, right? The stretching will come, or the additional range of motion will come if we work with ease, right? If you assault your tissues and go, I have to find a big, huge range of motion here, well, then your body's going to go into a kind of revolt. Let's go the other direction. So keep it real easy and just focus on looking at the back of that hand, taking this whole unit of the arms, the hands, the shoulders in a big circle all the way around. Good. Now, once you're back to center, let's switch the hands over and then continue one direction or the other. We'll get both, don't worry. And part of the intention here is to feel how much the movement of the neck is tied in with the movement of the whole spine, and specifically the upper back and the upper ribs, right? Good, let's reverse directions on that. How's your breath? Are we holding the breath is the question. Holding the breath, or are we letting it flow? Let it flow. Let it flow. A couple more times, just feel real easy all the way over. Last one. Breathing. Ah, nice. All right, good. Woo, okay, good, that's good. Now, feel that what's going on there. Feel that we got more life, more activeness, more information coming in from the whole rib cage, which again, for some reason, we lock down this rib cage. We get a little lost through here. We're like, we don't really know what's going on here. But now, letting that information in a little bit. So now, small, don't be too big about this. Do a little bit of extension and then flexion. Extension, flexion through the upper back. So yeah, the shoulders are going to move relative to the upper back, but mostly this is about finding the movement through that upper rib cage. Nice. Okay, good. Now let's work side to side. Okay, so keep it small at first. Keep it very precise. Keep the shoulders parallel to the ground. We're doing a little left-right movement here. Feel as you do that, how when you go to the side, the ribs on this side, your kind of trailing side, are going to kind of compress a little bit. And these on this side are going to widen out. So feel that movement and see how precise you can be about sensing what's going on in those ribs. Not just the ribs that are down here, they're superficial, but the ribs that are way up there, underneath the armpits, underneath the pectoral muscles, underneath the shoulder blades, right? Feel how all of those areas are also contributing to this movement. All right, good, nice. Leave that alone. And now let's take it in our famous circle here. Bring it forward. And when you bring it forward, be aware of what you're doing. Don't make it into this. Don't lock, right? So just go a little gentle forward with that. And then see if you can find an arc over to the side, right? So we're not just going to jerk over there. We're going to find the full circle over to the side. And now let's go back to the center. You thought we were going to go all the way around. Yeah. We go back to the center. So come back to, center forward, right? Let's think about that clock. So forward is number 12 on the clock. And then over to the right, that's 3, right? So we have 1 and 2 in between there. We're thinking about the circle of the clock. So go from 12 to 1 to 2 to 3. And then go back. 2 to 1 to 12. And just work that part of the arc a few times. How's your breathing? Now go a little further. Go to like 4. And then go back. And then go to around 5. So almost in the back, but not quite. First directions. And then go all the way from 12 to 6, all the way back. Good. Now let's go the other direction. Let's go 12. We're going to turn back time to 11, 10, 9. So we're over to the left. Then we're going to go 10, 11, 12. And keep going like that. Go a little bit further to the back. So go to 8 to 12. and then to 7, back around to 12, and then let's go to 6, all the way around the edge of the arc, and then all the way around back. Okay, good, nice. Pause that for a second. Just pause, let the, and move around just a little bit. Let that spine kind of activate. Just see if you can sense kind of where you are and kind of what new awareness, what new things are sparking off in that thoracic spine. So now let's take it all the way around in the circle. So I want you to play here a little bit. I'm going to start at 12, and I'm going to go to 1, and then I'm going to go back to 12 and then to 11. And then I'm going to go to 12, 1, 2, and then I'm going to go to 1, 12, 11, 10. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm just spreading out that arc just a little bit, all the way back to the 3, and then I'm going to go all the way around back to the 9, and so I'm going up 1 in each direction. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and then around, and I'm going to keep on going. How precise can I be? All the way to 7, around, all the way around, back to, actually that's 7 over there, not 5. I'm confusing my numbers. I'm going to go all the way around to the 6, and then I'm going to go all the way up the direction to the 6. Good. Now I'm just going to play. I'm going to play kind of with different regions through here, little hip hop dance kind of thing. Taking it around, finding how much range, precision I can work with that thoracic spine. Right. Good. All right. Leave it alone. Good job. And just feel now. Just feel how much you can move it around a little bit and feel how much new information and sensations coming in through the spine, the upper back, the lower back. It's all awesome. Okay, good. Let's go into some shoulders. One and then the other. Take it up and over. Now here's another one we're going to complicate after we've done this a couple of times. This is all good. This is all good. Feel how much additional range you have in the shoulder shrug and shoulder circle once you've worked the thoracic spine. Now let's go up and over the other direction. We'll work it up and over. This is good. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually circle the 2 shoulders in opposite directions. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring them up. All right. Now, think about this in your mind. The right shoulder is going to go back and down. The left shoulder is going to go forward and down. Okay. Then both are going to drop, and I'm going to come back to center. Then my right shoulder is going to go forward and up a little bit. My left shoulder is going to go back and up a little bit. And then I'm going to come back with both up and both are in the center. So think about that again. Right shoulder goes back. Left shoulder comes forward as they come down. Then we come all the way down back to center. Then we go right shoulder forward and up, left shoulder back and up. Then we go back to center and both are up. So see if you can continue with that, and connect those points all the way up and around. Let the rib cage flex and move as you do this, right? So in some sense, it's just a shrug with a rotation. Think about that. And now when you're ready, let's go the other direction. So go up with the shoulders. Right shoulder comes kind of halfway down and forward as the left shoulder does the same thing to the back. And then I come right to center with both shoulders down. And then I come both shoulders shrug halfway up as I bring the right shoulder back and left shoulder forward. And then I come up into my shrug position. See if you can put that together. Right? So you feel both shoulders, we got both shoulders moving in opposite directions. All right. Good. All right. Hopefully that made sense to you. Good job. All right. Now, a little bit more warmth here. So I think what we do is actually come down onto the mat. We'll do a couple things. We got about 17 minutes or so. We'll do a little bit down here on the old mat. So come down onto your back. Ah, Feldenkrais in the cold. There's nothing left. So now, I'm playing around a lot with this upper back here. So what I want you to do is take hold of the back of one of your hands, all right? And extend, reach the arms up so that the shoulder blades reach a little bit up off the floor. Now, like that, we're going to make kind of a circle with the hands. And when you do that, you start to feel the mid-upper back make a bit of a circle on the floor. So I'm going, maybe it's just my general tendency to do things differently, but I'm going counterclockwise here. So I'm feeling, again, working that dial idea, that clock idea. I'm feeling a clock that's going counterclockwise. Like that. Now I'm going to do the same thing going the other way. So this area, the upper back, the upper sort of thoracic spine, it tends to be an area that we ignore. We don't really pay attention to it. It's a kind of no man's land. So this is a great way of getting in there. You can change directions of that circle whenever you want. Or do little arcs, just like you did when you're standing. A little bit of attention and love to that upper back. Nice job. Look, now, cross your arms so you're hugging yourself, okay? Now, let's do it like this so we're all doing the same thing. Cross your arms so that your left arm is on top of your right arm, right? So that would be the opposite. Left arm on top of right. So what I want to do with my right hand is grab hold of my left shoulder blade, okay? So I want to get a good hold there. There's a little bony knob on the back of the left shoulder. You can use that. You want to have a kind of grip on that. Now, take that right hand, gently pull that shoulder blade across your body so you can touch the ground with your fingertips of your left hand. You can let your knees kind of tilt to your right so that that's a little easier. And then come back to center, okay? And repeat that again. Pull again on the left shoulder blade, fingertips to the right hand. Bring the fingertips of that left hand toward the floor. Pull, 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 and then come back. This is good. Good, good, good. Now, reverse the arm so that the right arm is on top. Take hold of the shoulder blade with your fingertips of your left hand. Pull that shoulder blade across yourself. Make contact with the floor. And then come back. That's good. All right, let's go the other way. Let's go do it again. That's good. That's good. We're getting a really nice, some really nice movement through those ribs. Yes, this is good. And just bring yourself again a couple of times. And now switch it up again. Go back to the first set. Take hold of the back of your shoulder blade with the fingertips of the right hand. And the question is, how far can we reach along the floor with the fingertips of the left hand now? How far can we go? Let the head and neck relax. Don't let the head and neck be too stiff. All right, good. That's nice. Uncross the arms, bring the arms to your sides and rest for a moment. Very good. I've not done a whole lot with the lower body, so let's go ahead and address that a little bit. Take hold of the knees. Take hold of the knees and pull them toward your chest. Now, just like you did with the upper back, I want you to create a little circle of the knees that's going to create an analogous or complementary circle of the sacrum along the floor. So I'm steering my knees to draw a circle along the ground. And look, guess what? When the knees go forward, I can let those arms lengthen and the shoulder blades even lift a little bit off the floor. And I might even find that my head lifts up the floor as those knees come forward. I don't want to jerk the head off the floor, right? I want to have it float as a consequence largely of the movement of my shoulders, right? Which is happening almost. So it's almost happening. So right, as these knees come forward, the shoulders come forward, and the head will kind of naturally come up. Good. Reverse directions when you can, when you're so inclined. We go way down, around, and the knees are going to come forward. And now see what happens. See, are the feet getting almost to the floor as you extend forward? Is that almost happening? It's for me. I have crazy long arms. It may not be the case for you. So you might play with this. Maybe put your hands in the folds behind your knees and do the same thing. Let the knees travel forward, and then maybe you almost, or in fact, do you come up to a sitting position? We want to be pretty balanced. I want a bump on the ground, so I'm going to adjust that. Almost sitting up, right? So start playing with that. See if you can gently, without effort, right? You don't necessarily want to do a big swing. See if you can bring yourself up to sitting. At first, it's going to be easier to do it with the hands behind, the knees like that. Then we bring ourselves up to sitting, balancing on the butt. And then can we reverse that a little bit at a time without falling backwards? That is the key. Right? We could probably roll up with a lot of momentum and roll back with momentum. But the question is, can we do it one little bit at a time? And then reverse direction, same thing. We got to get a lot of, and I'm definitely doing I'm kind of herky-jerky through here. There we go. And then I'm slowly going back. See if you can find that. Just play. Just play. Just play with what's available to you today. It's coming up to sit. Right along. And then, more importantly, rolling back, always reversible, right? So I don't want to feel like I'm falling in either direction. If I feel myself falling in either direction, I'm going to kind of go over that point. So like, I'm on my sacrum and going up toward the tailbone, I feel like it's a little precarious. So I'm going to see if I can kind of work my way down over that area until that particular point is fairly smooth. Just something to play with and mess around with. Okay, good. Let's leave that alone and come rest on back for a moment. Now, we've just been focusing on this pelvis, right? So let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can make the pelvis just run a little forward, a little back. So we're kind of going from, if we're working with that clock idea, 12 to 6, 12 to 6. 12 to 6. Nice. And then let's take it over to the 3. Let's take it from 12 to 1 to 2 to 3. So we're tilted over to the right side. See if you can do this without a lot of movement left or right in the knees, right? We could do this. We could just tilt the knees left and right. We could also tilt the pelvis without a lot of knee action. So see if you can do it without a lot of left-right knee action. Find your way to the 9, 10, 11, 12, and see if you can just explore that clock dial on the pelvis. So hopefully that's clear. The 12 position, I'm kind of rocked forward toward my tailbone. The 6 position, I'm rocked back toward, it's kind of toward my lower back. The 3 position, I'm rocked over to the right side. The 9 position, I'm over to the left. Now, if I want to take it around the circle of that clock, I'm going to take my time all the way around. Good. All right, so that's real nice there. So we've got these kind of areas. We've got the head, we've got the upper back, we've got the pelvis, all these areas nicely kind of activated. So let's play around with just a little bit more action through the lower body. So we've kind of brought the hips into the fore here. Let's go ahead and take one I'm going to go take my right foot, and I'm going to, and I would say it's probably good to do this without a shoe. I'm going to keep my shoe on because I'm outside and I want to be any colder than I am. And so I'm going to kind of lax the claw, the ball of my right foot with my right hand. And then I'm going to lie back. Now, resist the urge to make this overly stretchy. What I want you to do is look around for where you can put that foot that is easy. That is easy, okay? Not that's, all right, how far can I stretch and how yoga-y and how much can I show off how flexible I am? Don't care, right? We want to go, where can we go that's very simple and now, let's use the left foot to help me get more mobility. I can push through this foot, this left foot, and find where else I can put the right. But let's leave that foot alone. That's good. Place it down. And let's do the same thing with the other side. Take hold of the ball of the left foot, and let's start moving that left leg. So can we go over to the right? Can we go over to the left? You might be able to get your foot all the way over, right? There's nothing that says we can't roll onto the right side. Place that foot down over there. There's also nothing that says we can't lift the head off the ground, even come up to sitting, place that foot down there, right? The only constraint really here is we've got hold of the left foot. Other than that, what can we do? Within the confines of the left foot holding in the hand, where can we go, right? Can we go, we could go onto the back, right? We go up here. Can we hold on to both feet and start playing? Constraint, again, we're holding on to both feet. And now, we don't, again, we want to keep everything reversible. That is important. We don't want to fall in any direction. We want to be able to control where we go. Right, so you might be able to get all the way to your side. You might be able to get a foot all the way across. Touch the foot on the ground. We might go all the way toward the back. Again, some people are crazy flexible and they can get their feet on the ground back there. Is your body and your spine and your whole flexibility up for that right now? Can we roll toward one shoulder blade, toward the other shoulder blade without falling? And by the way, if you do fall, you're not going to fall very far. So it's not going to be terrible if you do fall. Maybe go roll toward the other side. All right, let's release those feet. Bye, Dylan. Have a great day. Bye. All right. So just relax for a moment on your back. And just feel that nice kind of integration of everything. Maybe do just a little bit of extension, rotation, legs. Get your back. Oh, it's all good. Maybe make some sound. All right. We're going to stand up in a moment here. Find your way up to standing. Sunshine here. This is good. And we'll do some stuff that's just a little bit more dynamic. So we're standing here nicely, right? And just feel for a moment how everything is like just a little bit more alive, right? A little bit more sensation coming in the body, a little bit more awareness of where we are, a little more warmth, right? A little more looseness through here. And let's see kind of what we can do. So take the feet out. Actually, sorry. Let's start shoulder. Let's take the arms up, okay? Palms forward. Step out with the right foot. Put some weight on that right foot and reach the arms to the left. Don't go too dynamic on this or too much on this. Now cross across with that foot and tilt the arms the other way and go between those two positions, left and right. So reaching the opposite of what the arms do. This is something we've done before, but see if it's new in any way. See if it's any easier. I would say that in my case, I'm definitely finding this a little simpler, a little more pleasurable than it often is. Let's go the other side. So let's get a step. We're going to step the left foot out, right foot stays straight, and then we're going to go across with the left foot. Give that left foot some weight in either direction. Things are coming along a little better. Give some weight to that foot. All right, good. That's nice. Good. Leave that alone. That's good. Just again, enjoy new openness, new avenues that are awake and aware. Let's go forward and back. So plant the right foot. Let's take the left foot forward, bring the arms up. Exultant, right? Palms are parallel now. Left foot now steps back. Swing the arms down and through. Then go forward. Look up, down and through. Look down, forward and up, down and back. Yeah. Down and back. Good. And down and back. Good job. Now let's go the other side. So we got the left foot planted. We're going to go right foot steps forward. Look up. Enjoy that. And then down and through. Up and back. And through. Take your time. Any problem with balance, just slow it down. Slow it down. It's interesting how when you, at least for me, when I look up at the sky, I have trouble balancing. It's interesting. All right, that's good on that. Nice. And let's finish with some rotations. So we're going to plant the left foot. We're going to cast our spell here with our rotation. Extend the arms forward, palms down. Swing the arms as we step around and then back. Make sure that the left foot stays planted. We're not rotating on that left foot. We want to feel the rotation in the hip. Rotation in the hip. Swing it and look at the hands. Forward and back. Let's go the other way. Right foot steps forward. Left foot turns back behind you, and then swing those arms. All right. Nice job, everybody. So that's 360 degrees, all three ranges of planes of motion. Lots of nice work on the back. Lots of nice openness through the joints. Yes, very good. It's a nice yawn. How do we sell it? That's very good. Great. So it's 8:10. Thank you very much for being here. Hope you enjoyed that. And I'll see everybody in a class tomorrow, a class on Sunday, class on Monday, next 3 days. So have a good Friday, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Take care.